Sup guys, it's Desro. I'm making this small little video to talk to you guys about post David Kim posted on Battle.net. This is the multiplayer development update November 19, 2014. I wanted to make the post yesterday, but I was not feeling for it. So here's the little post. I'll put the link in the description below. I'm gonna just tell you all about it and what I think about it, and so yeah, it shouldn't take too long. So basically, the unit count is still up in the air. Some of you guys saw the Legacy of the Void changes. Every race got 2 units. Zerg got a Ravager. They got the God damn it, am I really forgetting their second unit? This is pretty sad. The Terran got the Cyclone and the Urk, and Protoss only got the Disruptor. The Disruptor is the ball that does AoE. So they might do 3, they might do 1, they might do 2 for Protoss. They still don't know. It's still up in the air, so nothing's changed on that. So you just wanted to make sure. The Lurker. Can't believe I forgot the Lurker. See, I'm very prepared. Thank you, chat, because I'm doing this while I'm streaming. Alright, a lot of, and he's basically talking about, like, they read a lot of the feedback and his thoughts on it and his thoughts going forward, and he's aware that Protoss seems to get nerfed, but that's because they really want to change the game, and so, if Protoss is to be nerfed, eventually there'll be buffs too. The nerf to Warp Gate, the nerf to Colossus are pretty major things, and it's too early to tell which way it's going to go, and that's sort of what he wants to people to focus on, the discussion, rather than coming to a conclusion like, there's no way I'm going to keep playing Protoss because fucking Protoss, they look doomed. No, don't think about that. Think about, like, maybe it's in the right direction, like, what, maybe you can give us that or this or that for to help us. I really think a gateway unit would be such a major change, because the core of our army doesn't change like right now. Sure, our AoE arsenal will change with the Disruptor, but it's sort of, the same Zealot, Stalker, Sentry. It's, I want something else on my toast other than butter. That's one of the things he was talking about. He's also aware that the Urk is overlapping with the Elbat, which, it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. They can both be healed by the Medivac. The one cannot be repaired. The Urk cannot be repaired. The Urk feels the Urk's really gas expensive, so I don't think it overlaps too much. I feel like the Hellbat is a lot more. Doesn't have a lot of options. It's very slow. It's a little bit like me. Like, it waddles around, and if it gets to you, it can do a lot of damage. But other than that, it's pretty hopeless. The Herc, on the other hand, it feels very, has a lot of mobility, but it's a lot of gas too. It's 100 gas, so, but he's aware that it's overlapping just a little bit. He wants to make the upgrade process more interesting and dynamic. You get forges, you get the upgrades. I don't know if he means, like, when you're upgrading stuff from, like, the robotic bay, the tech labs, the Hydralist den or whatever. So I don't know. He's saying he wants it more interesting. I'm all for more interesting. And he really wants, Legacy of the Void to be totally different. It's going to be like the last major update we get, or at least as far as the campaign's concerned, is what they said. Can we take their word for it? They wouldn't be like, after this we're done, because people would be like, oh shit, well, I'm like, why should I play if they're done after? So they're saying, like, we'll keep supporting it. Will that be true? We don't know, but he wants the game to be totally different, and that's really cool. And he's not afraid to do extreme changes. That's really something he quoted there. I'm not going crazy about it. He's willing to do extreme. He used the word extreme, which, if you're fucking David Kim, extreme, it's like eating Doritos on a Saturday when you should be eating salad. Like, that's as far as, David Kim is. So we're very lucky. We're very lucky that someone has been feeding him cocaine over and over so that the game can be changed. And and also they've been tweaking about. So what he's been saying is the beta. That we saw, the alpha that we saw at BlizzCon will be totally different from the beta. I mean, alpha, beta, you kind of expect that, but they're thinking about removing units, tweaking abilities, and removing units is a big thing. I mean, like, last time they wanted to do that, everyone kind of shat on them. You know, they took some laxative and they were ready with their pants down. They're like, no, don't remove the carrier or I'm gonna let go. And then David Kim was like, okay, this is not a Japanese porn. We'll let the carrier in the game. And so I don't know which unit they want to remove. Obviously, people... Like, that's one thing that Huck was talking about on Remax. Is like, people don't get attached to units compared to MOBAs with their heroes. I totally disagree. I think, you know, if you're someone like Katrok... no, I'm not taking any jabs at him, but, you know, he's in, like, I think Diamond, maybe Low Masters, and he fucking makes Ravens every game. You know, he's not going to be a pro, but he's fucking attached to his Ravens. He knows how they work, he knows what he can do with them, he fucking loves them. Same thing goes for lower league people with DTs, Warp Prism Drop, all that shit. So, removing units will definitely affect some people. If they remove but they end up adding more units, then it's kind of okay. I'd rather see them tweak the units than remove them, but we'll see how it goes for that. And yeah, and one big thing, one last big thing was the mineral count, the mineral work. So we went up from 6 to 12 in workers when you start. But the mineral count has decreased on the patches, and a lot of pros were like, you know, if the saturation is still at 16, it might not work. But it really is too early to tell. But then Scion came on Reddit and said that they want to test it on a bigger scale before giving up that idea. So the internal testing is going well. But, you know, fucking Blizzard employees, like, they're not fucking winning GSL anytime soon. So, before they changed their mineral ideas, their mineral, their harvesting, like, income ideas, they want to put it in the beta first. So, that's really, you know, a lot of insights on how David Kim is going about this whole process of destroying StarCraft and building it brand new. And Rome wasn't built in a day, and I don't think what we had before was Rome at all. You know, if I mention a country, that country is gonna unsub and hate me forever. But you know, StarCraft and Wings of Liberty was kind of, you know, they were really slow. It was sort of like a stepping stone. It really didn't. There was a lot of the Broodlord Infestor era was just too long, and they were very slow. Like, they trashed the Infestor with Neural Parasite. It was very Neural Parasite was never used again, and then they took too long to destroy the Broodlord Infestor combo, and Heart of the Storm. They've been doing well. They've been very active, but now they're really willing to build. You know, they're ready to go to the moon. And I've seen a lot of people, just myself on YouTube, like, I'm giving up Protoss, or what am I going to do? Like, all my builds are going to be changed. Just, you know, having a lot of changes is hard. Like, people get bothered by, like, a small Facebook update. And obviously this is going to be even bigger. So just be open-minded, be patient, be optimistic. Don't be sad, don't be scared. Everything's gonna be okay, and for once I can say that I'm happy and excited about what David Kim is up to, which historically doesn't happen too often. So guys, that was my little video about this update. The link will be in the description below. Thank you for watching. Have a good time.